Hello guys, we are going to talk about a comedy romance film called Robots from 2023. A lot of interesting things are waiting for you. New Mexico, 2032. A high-ranking official gives a speech about the completion of the wall separating Mexico from the United States. Once upon a time, many people lived here illegally, but now all this is over, and this is a great merit of the Tesla Corporation, which 10 years ago created wonderful robots that can easily perform human tasks. Moreover, robots do not rob or harm decent Americans. This is very convenient. Meanwhile, the robot cleaners are tidying up the meeting place. A young man comes to the skating rink, where he meets an attractive girl. He starts a romantic relationship. After a while, the same man notices the woman and helps her pack her baby stroller. She thanks him for it. Then he watches the robot cleaner break down while performing a task. When he goes up to his office, he greets his stepfather, who is also his boss. The old man is pleased because Charles has proven himself. He constantly sends flowers for his mother and is a very good son in general. In addition, the boy has finally forgotten his unhappy love, who went to his half-brother. In the evening, Charles arranges a date with a girl from the skating rink and goes home, where Charles is waiting for him. It turns out that C2 is a robot that replaces its owner. Charles has specially made his copy to get rid of the annoying and complicated activities of dating girls because he is only interested in having fun in a relationship. The next morning, Charles hears the news that one of the company's leading analysts has been sentenced to 28 years in prison for possessing a robot double, which is strictly prohibited by law. The man decides not to leave the house. At the same time, he goes to see the girl his robot met in the evening, and after getting his wishes, he goes to the skating rink, where he meets a very attractive girl named Elaine. When he returns home, he instructs the robot to gently break up with the girl, who wants to introduce him to her parents. He himself begins the ritual of courting the next girl, showing off his talents for Elaine. He plays the trumpet, bowls balls, and buys everything his new girlfriend likes. He's never experienced anything like it, and he intends to make their first time unforgettable. One evening, the doorbell rings, and after blinding the man with a bright flashlight, they order him to let an FBI representative in. Charles realizes that it is his friend Ashley, who knows that he has a robot double. He greets the man and tells him about his adventures. That's why Charles calls him Ninja. At this time, Elaine arrives home, where she is greeted by her robot double. Elaine asks her how her day was and orders her to have fun with Charles, who makes her bored with his correctness. Elaine reports on the calls from other suitors, and she orders them to end their relationships with unpromising gentlemen. Meanwhile, Charles goes to the office. Then he pretends to be a loving son, listening to his stepfather's invitation to attend a meeting of the company's board, whose members are deciding on his admission to the management. The fact is that the meeting with him is scheduled for the same time as Elaine and Charles's date. Of course, he doesn't like this, so he rushes home and orders C2 to go to the meeting while he goes to Elaine. The robot reminds him of the rule he set up that they should not leave the house at the same time. But the man doesn't care because he wants to go on his upcoming date and he's ready to ignore the danger. Charles gives the robot the right address and goes to get ready for the meeting. Later, he drives to the address and enters a room where he turns off the lights first. Entering the dark room, he proposes to the woman to make love and describes in detail what he will do to her. At this point, the lights come on, and the guy sees a meeting of the financial management, led by his frightened stepfather. Charles rushes out the door and realizes that he has mixed up the addresses. Elaine is pawning the gifts she has received from her many boyfriends while watching the video of the robot's date. The seller is impressed by the footage and offers to sell him the video. Elaine promises to think about it. In the morning, Charles is unable to contact his robot doppelganger, while Elaine is unable to reach her robot. They both enter Elaine's house where they see each other. At first, they cautiously try to find out everything about the night before, but they receive calls from their doppelgangers who confess that they have fallen in love and intend to leave for Mexico, where androids have been given equal rights with humans. Elaine flies into a rage, but Charles quickly calms her down. They both could get serious time for using doppelgangers. After talking, the couple finds out that both robots are made by the same scientist and go to visit him. Charles shares his pride with the woman. His car is the only one in the United States painted in this color. Elaine, in turn, expresses her contempt for him. She uses the robot to avoid going to bed with everyone, but he has completely replaced himself in the relationship, seeking only to go to bed with someone. The couple arrives at Zach's house, and he panics when he learns about the incident, because he too can get a prison sentence for making lookalikes. The only way out is to find and destroy the robots. He uses the GPS system and finds the fugitives. After that, he asks the couple to help him. Charles goes to the bathroom, pretending to go to the bathroom, and calls Ashley, after which all three go to the right address. Upon reaching the motel, Zach arms the couple and shows them the address. They see what the robots in love are doing and break in, then eliminate the androids. The couple moves the robots to a van and returns to the motel room to retrieve the things the doppelgangers borrowed. Ashley bursts in and tests both of them by poking them in the eye with his finger, as he believes this is the only way to recognize a robot. While the couple tries to prove that they are human, the robots regain consciousness and escape in their car. Elaine is furious, but there's nothing she can do. They return home. In the morning, Charles goes to work and finds himself in a meeting where his father suggests that he take a break because his actions show that he is clearly overworked. After that, he shows footage of Charles fooling around in the office. In the evening, the man goes home where he is surprised by Elaine's call. He goes to a meeting that takes place at a table in a summer cafe. The man admits that he is ready to destroy his double. After that, the girl goes to the restroom as if to use the bathroom, and she jumps into his car and drives away. At the same time, Elaine runs out of the cafe and tries unsuccessfully to catch up with her car, which was stolen by Charles. When they meet, the couple realizes that they have been deceived by the robots, and they have just told the doppelgangers about their plans. Immediately, they see the robots get into Elaine's car, leaving Charles's car by the side of the road. They try to catch up with the androids, but receive a video message saying that the robots are heading to Mexico, followed by footage of a robbery committed by their doppelgangers. The couple is terrified. Now they will definitely be arrested. Charles suggests that Elaine hide out in his stepfather's forest cabin. They arrive in the forest and settle down for the night. Elaine shows herself to be a skilled hostess, unlike Charles. The man offers the girl alcohol, and thus the night turns into a merry party. In the morning, Charles shows off his repainted car. It looks ridiculous, but it's not as recognizable. This makes Elaine laugh. The guy takes her to the river, offering to catch fish for breakfast, but she is tired of waiting and catches fish with a gun. After having breakfast, the couple heads towards Mexico, and near the border they are stopped by a policeman who checks their documents. The couple is very surprised that the policeman let them go. This means that the police do not have an order to detain them. They watch the videos from the robots and realize that it's all just a staged event, and the robots had no intention of leaving. At the moment, robots are enjoying life pretending to be human. The couple goes to their stepfather's house. They find out that their doubles have decided to get married. The pair breaks into the house. They follow the robots into a changing room, where they manage to eliminate both robots by throwing them out the window and load them into a van. Soon they reach the shore of the lake, where they throw all two robots into the water. Before doing so, the woman decides to remove the robot's gold jewelry. When the robot comes to, it swims out and hides. Charles offers to make a bait, but Elaine knows that her robot will never agree to be a bait. She suggests going to Zach's place. It turns out that he has another electronic Elaine. Zach takes the robot out and reprograms it. After that, Elaine records a video for C2. He receives the video and does not believe that his lover can behave so openly. The angry robot rushes to Zach, and on the way, a policeman notices it. The sheriff and his deputies give chase to the robot. C2 breaks into Zach's apartment and finds his body wrapped in a wedding dress. A policeman follows the robot and arrests all four of them. The sheriff finds out that they are robots and their masters are nearby. He advises people to get comfortable because they will have to spend the next 40 years in prison, and the robots can say goodbye because they will be eliminated. The policeman goes home, and the people and the robots start a conversation, during which the robots admit that they are ready to die together because love is the most important thing in life, and they would rather die as robots in love than live as humans without love. Charles asks for a call to his lawyer, and after a while the sheriff's deputy receives a call about a crime. The woman drives away, and Ashley breaks in and frees her friends. The people and their robots drive to the Mexican border and share their plans for the future. They are stopped at a checkpoint, and after an inspection, only the robots are allowed through. Police officers arrive at the border, and after checking the people, report to the sheriff that they are humans, and there is nothing to detain them for. Charles and Elaine kiss, and later celebrate a real wedding.